This video is about setting up the parent portal access and about setting up block schedules for attendance in Gradebook. And this video is for administrators and their designees. These two things need to be done. You can set up the parent portal and set the school block schedules in Gradebook. Let's start with the parent portal. Schools are now able to decide for themselves when they want to make student schedules available through the parent portal. Administrators would log in to the school definitions option in Gradebook and choose what parts they want to have visible from the list. In our combination schools with elementary, middle, and high school, the elementary packages have not yet been applied, so no schedules are currently available. This is a reminder, don't set up the parent portal if you haven't yet gone final. The student schedules will not be available in the parent portal. But when you proceed with choosing an option, the schedules will be made available immediately after you go final. So you might want to hold off on that in case there's some little tweaking that you need to do to change a few things up before parents are able to see them. Here's how you can show the student schedules in the parent portal. Begin and pause and click on Grades. Then choose School Definitions. You'll see this screen on the side here, and you can choose which semesters you want to make visible. Clicking on Semester 1, and then as soon as you've finished choosing what you want to show, you will need to choose the Update button at the bottom. Now for the second part of this video, it's about setting up the school block schedules, and we're going to do this in 2 steps. Schools that are on block schedules will need to set up all 36 weeks in pause. So again, you'll click on Grades, but this time you'll choose School Block Schedule. You begin by choosing the week in the drop-down box and click Submit. That just applies the search engine for which week you want to be looking at. Then you will choose the boxes of the periods that will meet on each day of that week. In this example, on August the 31st, that was a Monday. And this shows that on that Monday, I would click first period, third period, fifth period, and seventh period for my example school. And then on Tuesday, they would have second, fourth, sixth, and seventh, and so on. So I click the periods that are going to meet on those specific days. The website will save automatically, so you don't have to do anything, but you can click Submit if you want to. If you're ready to go on to the next week, you'll use the drop-down arrow and choose the next week, and then click Submit again. All changes are made as you go through it automatically. 2 more things that need to be addressed, but these are only for schools that are posting from Gradebook to AS400. Those schools will need to define which periods are the default attendance periods and which ones are the alternate attendance period. And that definition will need to be reported to programming, and that's either Mary Rhineley or Brian Hughes. The second thing that those schools will need to do is set the daily attendance periods in all of the 36 weeks of the school block schedule. This is different from what we did in the screen before, and this task can actually be done at the same time as the actions we did a moment before. So what does it mean to define your attendance periods? The default attendance period in a block schedule is the period that the official attendance will be taken during this period by teachers. They will take it on cards, but for the purposes of the Gradebook attendance, that is the period that attendance is reported in. It wouldn't make sense to report attendance in third period every day if third period only meets Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of that week. The alternate attendance period is for the days when that default attendance period does not meet. So Gradebook attendance will rely on the attendance taken in the alternate attendance period on those days. The only exception to this is if your school has a homeroom or another period that meets every single day, and every student in the school will be in that period every day, in that case, you could choose homeroom as your default attendance period, and you wouldn't need an alternate attendance period. Here's an example with a high school. Take a moment and read this. Feel free to pause the video while you're reading. Here's the same example high school, showing on the school block schedule and showing the daily attendance section of the school block schedule screen. First of all, like we did before, make sure you're in the right week and click Submit. You've already set up the days that the periods that are going to meet on those days in the earlier part of the video. But now you're going to choose what attendance period is going to be taken for each of these days. So on Monday, if this school had third period as their default attendance time, you would leave it set on default for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But on the days where they don't have third period, which in this week is Tuesday and Thursday, you would then choose the alternate attendance period. For this school, it is fourth period. And once you've put that in place, it saves automatically again. You can click Submit if you just want to be sure. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this answers your questions, but if not, you can contact Mary Reinley or Brian Hughes at Programming.